This video is for anyone looking into the MCPS magnet admissions test. In this video, I'll cover what's going to be on the test, why you should prepare for it, and what local resources are available to help you. As I'm sure you know, gaining admission to one of Montgomery County, Maryland's magnet programs is getting more and more competitive each year as the number of applicants rises. So it goes without saying that doing very well on the admissions test is going to help you get in. So with that being said, let's get started. I've done the research and put this video together so you don't have to look any further. I pulled from my own first-hand experience in the middle and high school magnet programs, and I pulled from experiences of students that I personally prepped. After you finish watching this video, you should feel like you know more about the test and hopefully how you intend to approach it. Be sure to check the description below for links to all of the resources I discuss. First, it's important to understand the level of competition that surrounds Montgomery County's magnet programs. In 2014, over 690 students from all over Montgomery County applied to Poolesville High School's magnet programs for a total of 150 spots. That would put the admissions rate, which would be about 20%, in the same realm as some very competitive universities. For example, UNC has an acceptance rate of about 28.5%, and UVA has an acceptance rate of about 29%. And that's just one school in the system. In fact, Montgomery County magnet high schools as a whole have about a combined acceptance rate of 17.5%. So if you're applying to Blair or Rich Montgomery's magnet programs, expect it to be even more competitive. Now, what's going to be on the test? So first, I'm going to give you guys a brief overview of each of the sections on both the middle school and high school test, and then I'm going to go into depth on each of the sections. First, starting with the middle school test. For all you rising 5th graders, the middle school magnet test in Montgomery County has 4 sections. The Raven's Progressive Matrices, or Spatial Reasoning section, the Rating Comprehension section, the Math section, if you're applying to a Math Science Computer Science program, and the Essay, if you're applying to a Humanities program. And the high school test has 3 sections no matter what program you're applying to: Verbal, Mathematics, and the Essay. Let me explain the middle school test sections in a little more depth. The Spatial Reasoning section, which is 40 minutes long, is a series of 60 patterns in which you'll have to decide which answer choice correctly completes each. The Reading Comprehension section is also 40 minutes long. In it, you'll be given 6 texts and 30 questions total. This section can be very tricky. Standards are higher on magnet tests, and therefore passages will be more of a challenge to understand. The Mathematics section is composed of 50 quantitative comparison problems, which you will have to complete in 20 minutes. The Math section can be challenging for some students because you need to be sharp with your math skills to a high level, and on top of that, you need to be quick and focused for the entire section. The final section is the Essay. There's no minimum or maximum amount of words you have to write, but you are given a strict 30-minute time limit. This time includes both planning and proofreading, and based on my own experience and that of my students, I can say practice is essential to doing well. The high school test is structured a little differently. You have 2 hours to complete the first 2 sections, Mathematics and Verbal. You can start with whatever section you want and move freely throughout the 2 sections. The Math section has quantitative comparison problems like the ones on the middle school test, but it also has regular multiple choice. The Verbal section has reading comprehension, vocabulary, and grammar. Then, after the 2 hours is up, everyone moves on to the Essay. You're given a loose 30 minutes to write it. For the past couple years, the Essay hasn't been timed, but I wouldn't count on that. Prepare as if you're only given 30 minutes. Before we move on though, here's another point you need to know about the tests. Points will not be deducted for wrong answers, so strategy-wise, it's in your best interest to answer every single question. So if a question is multiple choice and you don't know the answer to it, do your best to eliminate any ridiculous choices and then make your best educated guess. So now that you know about the test, let's talk about why you should prepare for them. Now I know there's a lot of people who say there's no way to prepare for these tests, but from personal experience I can say good preparation can help you do better. These tests are intense. In fact, the middle school test is about 2 hours and 10 minutes total with both the Mathematics section and the Essay. And the high school test, with an essay that takes about 30 minutes to write, is 2 hours and 30 minutes long. Here's a helpful hint. These aren't the kinds of tests you can just show up for. But I believe if you're a student who's willing to put in the work, you can prepare and get yourself ready. You want to do well on these tests because, well, first, these schools and these programs are amazing and it is worth it to get in. But second, don't forget that students all over the county are going through prep programs for this test each year. In fact, it's a growing trend. In order for any student to stay competitive for a spot in the program, you should prepare too. So how do you prepare? Well, there are a number of prep options available to you. I'm going to be talking about the 3 most popular, but there are a lot of unpopular ones like private tutors that are available. First, let's talk about magnet school prep. Magnet school prep is kind of like an insider's guide to the test, and you're going to be taught by someone who's successfully navigated both the middle school and the high school test, who happens to be me. We have 2 prep options, one for the middle school test and one for the high school test. Each has a video series in which I go through the types of questions you should expect on each section of the test. Along with the videos, we provide PDF prep materials with sample problems. Our prep is all-inclusive and comprehensive enough to get any student test ready. And another upside, we're inexpensive. We're priced so that any family in Montgomery County should be able to afford our prep. It costs $127 to get our middle school prep and $177 to get our high school prep. And the really great thing about our programs is that they're 100% online, because in this day and age you don't have to go sit in a classroom to learn. In fact, young people prefer not to. I also take a personal interest in my students. Although we're online, I follow up personally with each of my students to make sure they're test ready and to answer any questions they may have. Next up, APLUS. According to their website, their course runs 16 weeks long, with 5 practice tests in classrooms of about 13 students. They focus on students developing their potential by review that is targeted to give students a competitive edge in test taking. Their prices range from $1,295 for middle school prep to $1,495 for the high school prep. Finally, there's MathEnglish.com, also known as Dr. Lee. His website says his mission is to better the best and to turn sweats into sweets. His prices range from $180 per section of the test to approximately $1,500. I hope you now know what to expect on the test, why you should prepare, and how you would like to move forward with your prep. Be sure to check the description below for links to all of the resources I discuss and for more great information.